Good morning, guys, and welcome to Sober School, where you can always find your experience, strength, and hope. My name is Drew, and I'm an alcoholic, and we want to welcome you here regardless of what your addiction may be, and we want to encourage you to share your own experience, strength, and hope here on this platform. You never know who needs to hear what it is you have to say, and I want to give a special shout out to Eric. I watched your video share yesterday, and I know what a huge step that was for you to take. It's really stepping out of your comfort zone. That shows and demonstrates growth, Eric. I want to encourage you. What you did yesterday was huge, and I want to applaud you for that. I couldn't be any more proud of you. So everyone else, I want to encourage you to share your own experience, strength, and hope on this platform. So with that being said, if I'm friends with somebody on social media, you might see me post something like hashtag 5FD. Hashtag 5FD. I want to show you the video of where that comes from, but I also want to prepare you viewers. There's about to be a lot of F-bombs dropped. Check this out.
If you can't stick to something for 5 fucking days, you deserve to have a shitty life. You deserve to get your ass kicked. You deserve to be miserable. We're talking about 5 fucking days. We're not talking about 50 years. We're not talking about the 5 years it probably takes to build something worthwhile. We're not talking about the 5 months it could take for you to lose 100 pounds. We're talking about 5 fucking days. And you can't even stick to it for that. So what the f do you think you deserve? You deserve exactly what you get.
Does this guy in the video not know that I'm a victim here? That none of my problems in my life are my fault? He obviously didn't know that I'm a victim. So let me give you the backstory here, though, first. July the 6th, I just woke up. I was already having my withdrawal symptoms. It was my day one. All right, I always started to have my withdrawal symptoms, sweating, tremors, and my son's baseball coach, his name is Chad, he sent me this video. Now, Chad knew exactly what he was doing. Or should I say, Chad knew exactly what this video would do whenever I watched it. He knew exactly the person that he was sending it to. He knew what effect it would have on me. And boy, did it have that effect. It pissed me off. Who the fuck is this guy in this video telling me that all these problems are my fault when I'm the victim? Alcohol, by its very nature, is an addictive substance. So just because I took one drink, well, shit. See, it's not my fault I'm an alcoholic. It's the alcohol's fault. Anybody else relate to that kind of thinking? I know I live my life with that kind of thinking. So Chad sends me this message on my day one it was about 11, maybe 12 o'clock in the afternoon, I guess. And he told me, he said, when you start thinking about drinking, watch this video. Well, I got pissed. I was like, son of a bitch. And throughout the rest of the day, I was watching this video, and every time I watch, I get more and more mad. Because deep down inside, I knew this guy in the video was right. I just couldn't admit it. Because I was the victim. Made it to the end of day one. I know I still experience those withdrawal symptoms, the physiological effects, but I didn't care because I was pissed. Made it to the end of day one. Chad texted me, he said, how did it go? And I said, I made it. He said, good. Now let's do it again. I gotta listen to some bitch again tomorrow. Sure enough, woke up day two. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, day two, God said, I'm going to step in. I'm going to clear your path because I want to see how serious you are. I'm going to give you a cupcake recovery. But I still had this video. This guy was still pissing me off. Made it to the end of day two. Texted Chad. Made it. He said, good. Let's do it again. What do you have to lose? Day three. By this point in day three, halfway through day three, I'm thinking, you know what? I knew the physiological withdrawal symptoms would dissipate over roughly about 5 to 7 days. At this point, I was just determined. Not necessarily to get sober, but to prove this guy in the video wrong. Prove him wrong. I was a victim. Into day three, I made it. Good. Now let's do it again. What do you have to lose? Your life? Day 4, day 5. And I was so proud at the end of day 5, man, I texted Chad. It was like, I don't remember what all I was saying. I just know it was full of bullshit, right? he could probably tell you more conclusively what all I was saying, but something along the lines of, prove this son bitch wrong. He doesn't know me. I'm really a victim, blah, 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 blah. It was like a huge book over text that I sent to Chad. Chad's only response was, good. Now let's do it again. You mean I gotta start this over? What Chad was doing, and what this video was doing, was keeping me focused on just that moment, on just that day. And I'd make it through that day. Still pissed off, still giving the double middle fingers to the guy on the video. And Chad would say, good. Let's do it again. What do you have to lose? Your life? Man, before long, I was 10 days. I was 10 days sober. Shit, how the hell did I manage to stitch together 10 days sober? Oh, that's right, because I'm the victim. I have to prove this son of a bitch wrong. By that point, though, I also found myself stumbling back into the rooms of AA and getting this thing called the Big Book and reading it. 20 days sober. Good. Now let's do it again. 30 days sober. Wow, I actually got a whole month, but I was still out to prove this son of a bitch wrong in the video. Good. Now let's do it again. That's all I heard from Chad. What's one more day? What do you have to lose? Let's do it again. And somewhere between day 70 and day 90, I think, the fog was really starting to clear out of my head. I realized the truth. This guy in the video told me the truth. He told me what I needed to hear and not what I wanted to hear. See, I was the one responsible for all that had been going wrong in my life. It was my fault because I couldn't stick to something. I couldn't stick to a commitment. Just one day, 5 days, I couldn't stick to nothing worthwhile. And that's why it was my fault. Somewhere around 6 months, my 6-month mark of sobriety, I found out this guy's name. His name is Andy Frisella. And of course, by this point, I had already been working my steps. I'd already caught that fire of sobriety and recovery, but yet I still watch this video daily. And I watch it because it reminds me of that July the 6th, that first day, of how angry I was, not at the guy in the video, certainly not at Chad. I was angry at myself. I was angry because the guy in the video was telling me the truth, and I was angry at myself. And that was probably one of the hardest things for me to admit. But by 6 months, he was right. I realized how close to death I was. Say, this isn't a second chance for me, by the way. I've already blown all of my second chances, all of them. On July 7th, as I shared yesterday, God said, I want to see how serious you are this time. And I firmly believe this is my last time. So I want to encourage you today. You made it through yesterday. You fought through hell and high water. You struggled. You had withdrawal symptoms from drugs, from alcohol, whatever it may have been. Dude, hats off to you. What's one more day? What's one more day? What do you got to lose? Let's do it again, right? You made it through the week. You made it through a month. You've overcome insurmountable obstacles over this last week or month, over the last year. Let's just do it one more day. Just one more day. What do you got to lose? What's one more day? And that's the key to maintaining our sobriety. One day at a time. Chad got me to focus just on this one day. I'm not thinking about tomorrow. I'm thinking about today. Matter of fact, I'm fired up today. We're out on a baseball field today. I'm thinking about today, right? That's the key to it. Focus on getting through today no matter what. Make it to the end of your day, sitting on the edge of your bed, texting. Hell, text me. Text anybody. I made it. And I'll respond back. Good. Now let's do it again. And that's what I want to encourage you with today. You made it through insurmountable odds yesterday or last week. What's one more day, guys? What do you have to lose? For our lives? You did it before. Now let's do it again. And I want to leave you with that. Remember, guys, you cannot get drunk if you don't take that first drink.